Sia Kate Isobel Furler is an Australian singer and songwriter. She started her career as a singer in the acid jazz band Crisp in the mid-1990s in Adelaide. In 1997, when Crisp disbanded, she released her debut studio album, titled Only See, in Australia. She moved to London and provided vocals for the British duo 07. Sia released her second studio album, Healing is Difficult, in 2001, and her third, Color the Small One, in 2004. Sia moved to New York City in 2005 and toured the United States. Her fourth and fifth studio albums, Some People Have Real Problems and We Are Born, were released in 2008 and 2010, respectively. Each was certified gold by the Australian Recording Industry Association and attracted wider notice than her earlier albums. Uncomfortable with her growing fame, Sia took a hiatus from performing and focused on songwriting for other artists, producing successful collaborations, Titanium, with David Guetta, Diamonds, with Rihanna, and Wild Ones, with Flo Rida. In 2014, Sia broke through as a solo recording artist when her sixth studio album, 1000 Forms of Fear, debuted at number 1 in the US Billboard 200 and generated the top 10 single, Chandelier, and a trilogy of music videos co-directed by Sia and starring child dancer Maddie Ziegler. Since then, Sia has usually worn a wig that obscures her face to protect her privacy, too. Her seventh studio album, This Is Acting 2016, spawned her first Billboard Hot 100 number 1 single, Cheap Thrills. The same year, Sia began her Nostalgic for the Present tour, which incorporated dancing by Ziegler and other performance art elements. Her eighth studio album, Every Day is Christmas, was released in 2017 and reissued in 2018 with 3 bonus tracks. In 2018, she collaborated with Labyrinth and Diplo in the group LSD, and they released their self-titled debut album in April 2019. Sia wrote and directed a feature film, titled Music, which was released in early 2021 alongside an album, Music, Songs from and Inspired by the Motion Picture. Among the accolades received by Sia are nearly a dozen ARIA Awards, 9 Grammy Award nominations and an MTV Video Music Award. Sia Kate Isobel Furler was born on the 18th of December 1975 in Adelaide, South Australia. Her father, Phil Coulson, is a musician, and her mother, Lone Furler, is an art lecturer. Sia is the niece of actor-singer Kevin Coulson. Sia said that as a child she imitated the performing style of Aretha Franklin, Stevie Wonder and Sting, whom she cites as early influences. She attended Adelaide High School. In the mid-1990s, Sia started a career as a singer in the local acid jazz band Crisp. Sia collaborated with the band and contributed vocals to their album Word and the Deal 1996, and EP Delirium 1997. In 1997 Crisp disbanded, and Sia released her debut studio album, Only See, on Flavored Records, in Australia, on the 23rd of December. The album sold about 1,200 copies. Unlike her later albums, Only See was marketed under her full name, Sia Furler. It was produced by Jesse Flavel. 1997-2006. 07, Healing is Difficult and Color the Small One. After Crisp disbanded in 1997, Sia moved to London, where she performed as a background vocalist for British band Jamiroquai. She also provided vocals for English downtempo group 07 on their first 3 studio albums and toured with the group. On 07's 2001 album Simple Things, Sia contributed vocals to 2 tracks including the single, Destiny, which peaked at number 30 on the UK singles chart. In 2004, she provided vocals for 07 on Somersault, and Speed Dial Number 2, from the album When It Falls. In 2006, Sia collaborated with 07 for their third album, The Garden, and is hence regarded as the unofficial lead singer of 07. In 2000, Sia signed a recording contract with Sony Music's sub-label Dance Pool and released her first single, Taken for Granted, which peaked at number 10 on the UK singles chart. In 2001, She released her second solo album, Healing is Difficult, which blends retro jazz and soul music and lyrically discusses Sia's dealing with the death of her first love affair. Displeased with the promotion of the album, Sia fired her manager, left Sony Music and signed with Go! Beat, a subsidiary of Universal Music Group, UMG. At the APRA Awards of 2002, Sia won the Breakthrough Songwriter category alongside Brisbane pop duo Enoc Jennifer Waite and Grant Wallace. 2007-2010. Some People Have Real Problems and We Are Born. In 2007, Sia released a live album, Lady Croissant, which included 8 live songs from her April 2006 performance at the Bowery Ballroom in New York and 1 new studio recording, Pictures. A year later, she left 07 on friendly terms, replaced by Eska Mtungwazi as the band's frontwoman. Sia released her 4th studio album, Some People Have Real Problems, on the 8th of January 2008. The album peaked at No. 41 in Australia and was certified gold by the Australian Recording Industry Association. It charted at number 26 on the US Billboard 200, becoming Sia's first to chart in the United States. Some People Have Real Problems yielded 4 singles, including The Girl You Lost to Cocaine. It peaked at number 11 in the Netherlands and number 12 in Spain. It additionally reached number 8 on the US Hot Dance Club Songs. Another single from the album was Soon We'll Be Found. In May 2009, Sia released TV Is My Parent on DVD, which includes a live concert at New York's Hero Ballroom, 4 music videos and behind-the-scene footage. At the ARIA Music Awards of 2009, Sia won the Best Music DVD category for TV Is My Parent. She also received a nomination for Best Breakthrough Artist Album for Some People Have Real Problems. In 2009, American singer Christina Aguilera approached Sia about writing ballads for Aguilera's 6th studio album. The final product, Bionic, includes 4 songs co-written by Sia. Later in 2010, Sia also co-wrote Bound to You for the soundtrack of the film Burlesque, which starred Aguilera and Cher. The song was nominated for Best Original Song at the 68th Golden Globe Awards. In May 2011, Sia appeared on the inaugural season of the US version of The Voice as an advisor for Aguilera, who served as a vocal coach and judge. 2010-2013. Songwriting career and mainstream recognition. Following the success of We Are Born, Sia became uncomfortable with her growing fame. She later told the New York Times, "I just wanted to have a private life. Once, as my friend was telling me they had cancer, someone came up and asked, in the middle of the conversation, if they could take a photograph with me. You get me. That's enough, right?" She refused to do promos for her tours, began to wear a mask on stage and became increasingly dependent on drugs and alcohol on the road. She considered suicide. Sia fired Enthoven and hired Jonathan Daniel, who suggested that she write songs for other artists. Sia retired as a recording artist and began a career as a songwriter. She soon penned Titanium for American singer Alicia Keys, but it was later sent to David Guetta, who included Sia's original demo vocals on the song and released it as a single in 2011. Titanium peaked within the top 10 of record charts in the United States, Australia, and numerous European regions. However, Sia recalled, "I never even knew it was gonna happen, and I was really upset. Because I had just retired, I was trying to be a pop songwriter, not an artist." From 2011 to 2013, Sia also co-wrote songs for many recording artists, including Beyoncé, Kylie Minogue, Flo Rida and Rihanna. Her collaboration with Flo Rida, Wild Ones, peaked at number 5 on the Billboard Hot 100 and was the 10th best-selling song of 2012 globally. In March 2012, Sia released a Greatest Hits album, Best of, in Australia. 2013-2014. Breakthrough with 1000 Forms of Fear. In October 2013, Sia released Elastic Heart, featuring The Weeknd and Diplo for the soundtrack of the American film The Hunger Games, Catching Fire, 2013. Sia executive produced Brooke Candy's debut EP, Opulence, released in May 2014, and co-wrote 3 songs on the EP. In July 2014, Sia released her own 6th studio album, 1000 Forms of Fear. She again collaborated with Greg Kurstin. The album debuted at number 1 in the US Billboard 200 with first-week sales of 52,000 copies. By October 2015, it was certified gold by the RIAA, denoting 500,000 equivalent album units sold in the United States. The record peaked at number 1 in Australia and reached the top 10 of charts in numerous European regions. It was certified silver by the British Phonographic Industry and gold by the Australian Recording Industry Association. By early 2016, the album had sold 1 million copies worldwide. 1000 Forms of Fear's lead single, Chandelier, was released in March 2014. The song peaked at number 8 on the US Billboard Hot 100, becoming Sia's first entry on that chart as a lead artist. Elsewhere, the song experienced similar commercial success, ranking in the top 10 of the record charts in Australia and numerous European regions. As of January 2015, the single had sold 2 million copies in the United States. Eye of the Needle and Big Girls Cry were released as the second and third singles from the album, respectively, in June 2014. In January 2015, Sia released a solo version of Elastic Heart as the 4th single from 1000 Forms of Fear. It eventually reached the top 20 on the Hot 100. At the 57th Annual Grammy Awards 2015, Sia received 4 nominations for Chandelier, Record of the Year, Song of the Year, Best Pop Solo Performance and Best Music Video. 2015-2017. This is Acting. In an interview with NME in February 2015, Sia revealed that she had completed the follow-up to 1000 Forms of Fear, entitled This Is Acting. The album was another collaboration with producer and co-writer Greg Kurstin. Furler said that she released 1000 Forms of Fear to free herself from her record deal and had planned simply to write for other artists, but the album's success spurred her to continue writing her own music. The same month, alongside the digital deluxe release of 1000 Forms of Fear, she released a mobile game, Bob Job. Alive, from This Is Acting was co-written by Adele and had originally been intended for Adele's third album. In November, Sia collaborated with composer J. Ralph on the soundtrack of the environmental documentary Racing Extinction, co-writing and singing the song, One Candle. She also released 2 more songs from the album, Bird Set Free, and 1 Million Bullets. Cheap Thrills and Reaper were subsequently released as promotional singles for the album. Eventually, the single, Cheap Thrills, featuring Sean Paul, reached number 1 on the US Billboard Hot 100. Sia released 2 videos for the song, one of which features Ziegler and 2 male dancers, while the other, featuring Sean Paul, shows a 1950s-style teen dance party. It has accumulated more than 1.4 billion views. In April 2016, Sia gave a widely acclaimed performance at the Coachella Valley Music and Arts Festival that went viral online. Her performance received an effusively positive critical reception as one of the greatest moments in Coachella's 17-year history, and it was consistently noted as one of the best performances of the 2016 festival. The performance was her first full concert since 2011. In May 2016, Sia made a surprise appearance on the finale for Survivor, Cow Wrong, where she donated $50,000 to contestant Tai Trang. She donated another $50,000 to an animal charity of his choice, noting that the two share a mutual love of animals. 2017 present. Every Day is Christmas, LSD in music. In 2017, Sia moved from RCA to Atlantic Records. She released a new album, Every Day is Christmas, on Atlantic and Monkey Puzzle in November 2017. The album features original songs co-written and co-produced with Kurstin. She promoted it by releasing the single, Santa's Coming for Us, and the track, Snowman, which she performed during the finale of the 13th season of The Voice and on The Ellen DeGeneres Show together with Maddie Ziegler. In November 2018, Sia released the deluxe edition of the album, containing 3 bonus tracks, as a Target exclusive. In 2018, Sia collaborated with English musician Labyrinth and American DJ, record producer Diplo, under the name LSD, to release 4 songs, which were then released as an EP called Mountains on Spotify. The group released an album, Labyrinth, Sia and Diplo present. LSD, in April 2019, containing the same 4 songs, 5 new songs and a previously released remix of their track, Genius, with Lil Wayne. Also in 2018, Sia was one of the narrators of Australian animal rights documentary Dominion, and shared in a 2018 Award of Excellence from the Hollywood International Independent Documentary Awards. Sia's 9th album, Music, Songs from and Inspired by the Motion Picture, was released in February 2021 in connection with the release of her film, Music. She is reportedly working on her 10th album, to be titled Reasonable Woman.